Hi, I'm Yusuf. After 3-axis operations, now it's time for 5-axis operations, 2.5-axis operations. These operations work in XY plane. Not you can't machine a formed surface with these operations. First, floor and wall. We just define the floor. Click OK, and we can see the machined area. We define our cut pattern. We define the step over and generate. Zigzag and generate. It just cuts that floor. If we want to start from 4 mm above and depth per cut 1, it creates to cut from 4 mm above with 1 mm depth per cut. Let's look at other options. Tool run off this distance. You can see that the tool leaves the surface. If you change it, for example, 10% of the tool, you can see that the tool doesn't leave the surface. First pass overhang. Look at the first pass. You move that first pass. You slide it. You can see that the 10% of the tool leaves the surface. Okay. Tool run on. You can see this distance. We can change it with first pass, no, tool run on 20%, 50%, and click generate. It makes this move with engage move. Okay, if you don't want to engage at this distance, you may change it. For example, 1 millimeter, 1 millimeter, 1 millimeter. You can change like this. It's shortens at 1 millimeter. Okay, you can change. Change the extension of the toolpaths like this. Okay, let's machine the inside of the parts. Follow periphery. Make the analysis of this length. And click generate. It cuts the floor, but it doesn't cut this drafted walls. As you can see in the picture, when you choose walls, it cuts the walls. Okay. You don't just cut the floors, you can cut the walls with floor and wall operation as in its name. You don't choose a floor and you choose just walls. Okay. You choose profile and you choose ZM axis. Write 60 the length, write 3 millimeter depth per cut and click generate. When you click generate, you will get an alert like this because of tool overhang. You change the tool overhang at 100% of the tool and you can machine the walls. Okay, like this. It is like solid profile 3D. You can define a Z depth offset, for example 3 mm, and it cuts 3 mm above the surface. It is new in NX 11. You can ramp the toolpaths. How? You choose ramp by depth and it will make ramp in every 3 millimeters. Click generate. You can see that the tools engage and interpolates. Not make engage and reject moves, just interpolates until the last toolpath. If you cut a filled surface in a, for example, box, you can't do this engage and retract moves. Okay, you must change them like same as close area and ramp on shape and click generate. Okay, you make a ramping move in the engage move and you make a lift move in the retract move. It prevents a collision if there is a material. You can make it with angle, ramp by angle and ramp angle 1. And you can do this. When you look like this, from this view, you can see that it is 1 millimeter degree. When I write dot 2, you can see that. Other parts. There is a radius below the walls. Okay. We generally cut these blends with the same tools that have the same lower radius. I choose the floor and choose the walls, profile move or follow periphery if I want to machine the floor. The profile move will just cut the walls. Okay. But there's a problem. The radius doesn't fit to blend. How can I change it? Containment, exact positioning. You can see the picture that fits the tool to the blend, and you can see that the tool fits to the blend. You can change this engage and retract moves. Not ramp on shape, same as close area linear. And you can change this engage move and it will not gouge the parts. Okay. Our last parts. All parts won't be a square. It can be parts like this, not a common geometrical shape. When I choose floor and wall, and when I choose that floor, it will just cut this floor, but we know that the material is not like this. It will generate, and we see the problem. Simplify shapes, convex hull. It not solve our problem. Minimum box. Pardon, first I want to show this. Extend floor to part outline. Okay, it exactly explains extend floor to part outline and click generate. Okay, but if our material is a square, I change it, simplifies shapes to minimum box. Okay, it extends the toolpaths to the minimum square of the tool. But this square is created with MCS. When I change MCS, and also of course MCS, this will change too. Okay, it's all for floor and wall. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, please ask me on comments.